shit.
It was so fucking
You know what? I need to ask you about that too.
It was so cold.
LAFC.
It was so cold that I think I threw. I don't know. In my head, I'm like, well, there's 90,000 people. Like, there's like 10,000 people yelling and screaming. So I wonder if like all the fucking germs are just like.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ, I'm sick.
Okay, dude, imagine me. One time I went out to a club. I don't know if you were, you know how you, back in the days, you used to, like, go here, whatever. And I met out with 5 different dudes.
Nice.
I know. And this place was so big that it was like one over here, one over there, one over here. And I was wearing an eye patch that day.
Why?
I had surgery on this eye. I literally have 6 stitches in my eye. I didn't even know you can do that.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, what happened? And I was like, I lost my eye. And I was just lying to these guys, and they felt so bad. They were making out with me. By the end of the night, I had my fucking eye patch up. And these fools were like, one of them was like, you lied to me? And I was like, no, it's like an organ. It grew back. And he didn't believe me. He got mad.
Whoa.
I know. Okay, so. Let me do something. YouTube.
What's your YouTube?
Shart Keisha, like my social media. So watch. Oh fuck! Apparently we're live.
We've been live, bro. I hope you guys caught that. I didn't even want to mention it, but I figured we were live. So I just kept going with the story. Did you guys hear this story? 5 guys, 1 night, 1 club. That's what fucking legends are made from, bro.
And this is why.
This is what legends are made of.
This is why we have our special guest right here. He's my only man. Oh my gosh, embarrassing. Guys, welcome.
No.
No mames, dude.
Oh my gosh, we were totally live. Oh, I love it.
Listen. I can't. This is embarrassing. I thought I was like, oh, you. So take 1. Luckily, we can edit all this crap.
Not for people who are watching now. Oh, I love it.
Sorry. Bad word. All right, guys. Thank you for joining Steph's Comedy Podcast. Hence the name. You know what I mean? Homie doesn't do it over there. I do. And get a little lit so that I can be me. You know what I mean?
You smoke?
I smoke weed.
Okay.
Ganja. Hence the background.
Like, you meant by lit all like.
Look at the chairs.
Many different things.
Look at the chairs.
Okay.
Show the chairs, dude.
Oh,
Look at that. Look at that, dude. My papa made that. They're not for sale.
Made by Mexican hands.
Guatemalan fool.
Oh, yeah, Guatemalan hands.
By the way, my family's from Guatemala. Oui, somos todos primos, eh? So I would like to welcome my very first and my very, very special guest, who's my dear friend, Louis G from Big Boys Neighborhood.
Say that a lot.
That's what I was gonna say. Like
it so many times.
No te ha salido un little cough?
No, it's like natural now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I could literally just sit there and like listen to the show with my eyes closed, and as soon as the big boy does that, I'm Big Boy.
Yeah,
it's
sale.
Natural, so weird.
Dude.
It's like a second reaction thing. That's crazy.
So how long have you been with Big Boy?
Damn, so many years, dude. You gotta figure, I started in radio before I was 21, so I was like on the street team for a couple of years, and I managed to land on the morning show with him as the like ticket street guy, and then like 4 years into it, I think 2 or 3 years, maybe like 2 or 3 years later, I jumped on the morning show. So that road has been like 15 years maybe.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about.
Oh yeah, 10 years. 10 years with Real 92.3. We just celebrated 10 years.
Damn.
We're celebrating 10 years right now. And then and then we did another. They get 5 and 6 over there at Power. So yeah.
Damn
15,
it.
16 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's super
crazy.
dope. That's super dope, man. I'm so proud of you because like. Let's talk about how I know this guy.
Yeah, from the beginning.
Let's talk about, was it the egg? Or was it?
The
The chicken? Yeah. My nephew told me a joke. He goes, what did the mom tell the chicken?
Yeah.
Bien paco.
Hilarious.
And I was like, that's pretty good. You're 14 now, but I was like, that's pretty decent. I'll put it on my notes. Yeah, I was like, that was funny. Okay, so I've known Louis since 7th grade.
Yep.
Like, we were puberty kids.
Yeah, man.
Dude, do you remember the school dances?
Yeah, 100%. I remember Stephanie approached me and she tried to lure me into going to school dance with her when I first got to just junior high with some other friend. And I was like, bro, you like already invited my friend. You invited me now? Just trying to invite like 10 guys at the same time, so.
Listen, some of them, all of
Yeah.
them said no.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna just ask every guy, like, who cares? One
Yep.
of them's gonna say yes.
That's exactly what she did.
But all of them said no.
Yeah.
So that sucked. And then we continued on to high school.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were in yearbook together, and we had a teacher, and Louis and I were trying to promote to sell the yearbook, right? This is literally like senior year.
Yes,
now.
I was in yearbook class, bro. Hey, dog. It was so easy.
That was an easy A.
Hell yeah.
Dude, okay, so I don't know if you remember this, but okay, so we're putting posters and we're literally trying to tell everybody, like, buy the yearbook, buy the yearbook. And I made this sign where I said, we take pesos. And I freaking got in trouble, and I was about to get kicked out my senior year. Do you remember that?
Because people got offended?
Yeah, for pesos.
And because Anaheim's literally 99.9% Mexicans.
Literally, so they had the freaking pesos. And we could have sold more yearbooks, but we discriminated. We didn't take their money.
Wrong time to pull that off.
I can't believe that. I was actually like pissed off because I was trying to make sales.
Yeah.
Clearly that's why I never got into sales. But I thought it was hilarious, and then hence, I do comedy.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was a good joke.
I don't even remember what I did in yearbook. Like, I think my job was just to like
tell us what to do.
Show up or something.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what did we? I don't remember putting anything together. I don't remember taking any pictures. I don't remember.
I should have brought my
organizing anything. I don't remember doing anything.
We didn't. We took pictures.
Went to Starbucks sometimes.
We went to interview people for the yearbook. Remember that?
No, I don't. Oh yeah, maybe asking them those questions that they put at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we did that, and oddly enough, like, this guy is all over the yearbook. Ironically. Like, you got that edit special. Like, you literally were like, I'm like, damn, Louis again, every page. Like, what the hell's happening? He's like, I'm going to be known. And so you started it since, like, freaking high school.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Shit.
So, let's see here. You got a couple things going on, man, which I'm really proud of you for. Dude, tell me about how you're the announcer at the Chargers.
The Chargers situation was very special because I've been a Chargers fan since I was like 11 years old, right? 10 years old, 11 years old. So I got my first junior Say Hi jersey, so you can't, and then ever since. My padrino's the one who actually got me the jersey, and then I became a Chargers fan. Before that, I was actually a Niners fan, I guess. I just like Steve Young and Jerry Rice at that point, right? So, but then I got my San Diego jersey, and then I became a Chargers fan. But it was crazy because when the Chargers, so long story short, the Rams moved to LA, right? Then there was rumors that the Chargers were going to come to LA from San Diego, and I didn't believe it at one point. And us working in Los Angeles, working for an LA radio station, like, I felt like my allegiance had to be with an LA team, right? Like, I had to just like, all right, I'm going to support the Rams now, because this whole situation with the Chargers moving, not moving, it's frustrating me already. Like, it's just kind of messing with the fans. It made me feel some type of way.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's it. Like, the dude needs to make the decision already or whatnot. And I remember one day I was like, all right, that's it. This is weird. It's the second time it's happened like this where I was like, all right, that's it. I have to support the Rams fans, And the next day they announced that the Chargers were coming to LA. And I was like, yes! So then I got saved from there. And then after that happened, since we work at iHeart, one of our bosses, he was like, yo, we're going to be the station, like our sports station is going to be the station for the Chargers. And I was like, that's badass, dude. Like, damn, this is gonna be great. Like, I get to I get to stay Chargers fan. This is gonna be awesome. The LA team, and then what ended up happening is since the Chargers wanted to promote a lot, so they decided to do like a press run with like the new coach. It was Anthony Lynn at that time. Um, a couple players they would bring up to the station to interview, and then one time they were like, "Hey, some of the owners are coming up with the QB Phillip Rivers, which is the QB of Chargers, all-time greatest, right?"
I think he's hot. I don't know.
Who, Phillip?
Yeah.
He has like 20 kids or some crazy shit.
Can we make it 21?
So the crazy thing is, yeah, so they ended up coming up one time, and I was like, dude, there's no way, like, the Chargers QB, one of the greatest, you know what I mean, just football players in general, is going to come up to the radio, a hip-hop radio station to interview. And Big Boy and them didn't put it on the calendar, or just kind of mentioned it.
Oh,
And I was like, there's no way, bro. So anyways, that day I brought my jersey, I had a helmet on, and
you had a helmet on.
I brought my helmet on. I was like, hey, bro, if he comes on, be prepared. And yeah, dude, out of nowhere, they were like, yo, Phillip Rivers is here. And I was like, there's no way, bro.
Yeah.
And he freaking pulled up. He was there with management. They saw how excited I was.
Aww.
I was pumped up, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, so, you know, here's my chair, Phillip Rivers, you can have it. I was sit right here, bro. And I was just pumped up, excited. And I met a bunch of the management there. And one of the guys named Jeffrey Pollock, he was like really in charge of like branding the Chargers and stuff like that. And after the interview and everything, before he left, he was like, hey, Louis, I don't know what we're doing, but whatever we do, we want you to be a part of the whole movement, the Chargers movement. And I was like, I don't know what that means, right?
But I'm down.
But I'm down. So I figured, like, you know, they're gonna run commercials. I can do the endorsements. I could be, you know what I mean, be the commercial guy for the Chargers, to promote whatever they need and stuff like that. So that ended up happening too, like right off the bat. And then after that, he had hit me up randomly like, hey, we're gonna be auditioning for in-stadium host.
Damn.
So in-stadium host, basically, I don't know if you guys have been at any games and stuff like that. You know, you see the people, hey, what's up? We're on World 300. We're gonna give away some tickets. This is what's happening. Look on the board, the ball under the hat, and just games like that and announcements, right? So I was like, okay, I've seen it before. I've never done it before. I know I can do it.
Damn it.
And then they had sent me this script, and we're gonna do auditions on this day. And they sent me the script. I was like, boom! And it was just so intimidating because there's so much verbiage and so much this and congratulations Chargers and in 1974, and I was just like, bro, this is crazy. Like, I didn't know. Like, am I reading a history book to people, or what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, it was just a lot for like just to give away a T-shirt. I'm like, what's going on? So I got so much, and I didn't want to go to the interview. I told one of our girls, Natalia, excuse me, and I told one of the girls, Natalia, and I was like, dude, I don't think I can do it. Like, I'm not good at memorizing everything. I can improvise. I can do. You tell me what to do.
Well, they expected you to memorize this.
That's what I assumed.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm gonna mess this up. It's the Chargers. You know what I mean? They're gonna be very strict. This is the NFL. Like, this is crazy. So I remember I was in the parking lot and I was like, dude, I don't think I can do it because they only gave it to me like a week before.
Oh shoot.
And I was like, dude, I'm not gonna do this. I remember hitting our girl Natalia, and she was like, dude, you can do it. Like, she was not the only one, but she was the one that was just like, I know you can do it. I know you can do it. And I was like, F it, dude. So then I got out of the car and I went over there and I saw like the people that were auditioning. And while I was there, somebody was auditioning. But the auditioning was literally at the stadium in the middle of the 50-yard line with the cameraman. And then the big bosses up in the stands, just like five of them, boom, 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 boom. We're talking vice president. We're talking, you know what I mean, the brothers, like the Spanos family, like, and I'm just like, empty stadium. You're by yourself, and there's someone not really there. They're kind of coaching you, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Dude.
But the crazy thing is, like, I went up there, and I know, like I said, I know. Tell me from A to B. Like, we need to give away this giveaway, make it happen, have some fun with the person. Cool. So they staged a person there, like, if we're gonna gift them something or play a game with them. But I like literally forgot a lot of the lines that I was doing, but I did the key points.
Nice.
What's your name? What city you from? Where are you doing? Are you excited? Are you pumped up? Boom, you know, just pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
And I remember doing it, and I was like, dude, I totally messed up.
Aww.
Like, there's no way, because the guy before me he forgot some lines too, and I was like, dude, like, my man forgot a bunch of lines. That's not it. That's not correct.
Yeah.
And then when I got there, I was so intimidated. The guy was like, hey man, the copy that we gave you just kind of just it was just some examples. That was do it
Oh
yourself.
my
You know, you
god.
can you figure it out, do the key points, and when they said that, I was like, oh my gosh.
This whole
So that's when I
time.
started like, yo, just give me from A to B, and then I don't know what I did. I guess I made an impression on like the management, and then eventually they called me up and they're like, hey,
Aw.
we want you to be the in-stadium host, and it was me and the guy before, I think Danny Hoyt, which was dope.
Dude.
So I did the stadium hosting and I got the job, right? So my
Uh-huh.
job was to like host before the game started, all the
Okay.
pregame stuff. It made all the pregame stuff, and then after that I was kind of done.
Really?
So then I would do all the pregame stuff, so get there extra early, do all the pregame stuff, and then just sit back and watch the game. And I
Dude.
guess I did that so good that they're like, hey, can we have you like during halftime and do a couple little more hits? Another hit, another hit. And then eventually I started doing it for like the whole game, and I was like, damn it, now I can't watch the game. But that eventually led up to, I did that for a couple of years, and then eventually they got some new management, and then that's when they were like approaching me, and they were like, hey, we're looking for, we already see you hyping the crowd up and pumping everybody up. We kind of want that energy with PA announcing. And I was like, early done.
So PA means?
PA, a public address announcer.
Okay.
So that's pretty much the voice inside the stadium, doing all the reads, doing the first downs, the touchdowns, and stuff like that. So it's different from the in-stadium host.
What's since I'm not a Charger fan,
Yeah.
what's a common thing that you guys say, like?
Well, the main one, the big ones are, we have it's like when we do the first down, that's good for a Chargers first down. And then they hit the horn, and everyone just goes, charge!
Oh,
So
cool.
that's basically like after like first downs, that's one of the main things that they do.
Nice.
And yeah, they just approached me and they're like, hey man, we want you to do the PA. And I was like, dude, I've never done PA announcing, but I know I can do it because I do it at home.
That's right.
And then yeah, we did it one season, and it was like work again. Like, hey, did I do a good job? They're like, oh, that was great, bro. Let's do it again.
Aw.
But it's cool because they help me out. They're like baby steps. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in the beginning, they're like, okay, you could just call it down. Who ended up getting tackled? Who ended up this? And then eventually you just evolve with like, what yard line are you on? How much time is left? Like, you just kind of start learning everything, kind of on the fly. And I learned it quick, and then yeah, eventually they liked it, and they're like, all right, we're gonna go with you for the PA announcing. And I was like,
Dude, wait, so do you get season tickets?
yeah, my contract has season tickets.
Is it like one or two?
No, I get a pair of tickets and,
Nice.
and parking for every game.
Nice,
Which
but
is
you
dope.
get to miss the game.
Well, as a fan, that's what sucks being the PA announcer, because a lot of PA announcers, yeah, I could say a lot of PA announcers are fans because they probably work there. You see these guys working there for
Yeah.
years, right?
Yeah,
and of
yeah,
course
yeah.
they become fans, but like coming in as a fan and being the PA announcer was insane because you're frustrated too when
Aw, you
stuff
wanna
isn't
yell.
happening. Like, damn, bro, you should have made that. Should have made the catch,
You
dog.
imagine you like
You missed it.
he just pushes a button. What'd you do, Phillips? Or I
Well,
don't know if
that's
he's
what
on
it
the team
is.
anymore.
It's a button. Once you hit it on, it's on, and you say, you know what I mean. You call it down. You call it quick down. You know what I mean. Like Justin Herbert connects with I don't know Nat McConkey, good for a first down. Boom. And then after that, I'm just like, yes, yes, yes. But then there's sometimes like, come on.
All right. Have you ever heard someone accidentally press the button and say something that shouldn't have been said?
No.
No?
No.
What a juicy story.
I don't think there's. No.
Like, can you imagine? I think it would be hilarious
Oh yeah, yeah.
if you just grab the mic and you're like,
Oh,
"Aw."
There's like safety systems to do that. Like if after like you can only talk up to like the 20-second mark of the game clock. So after that,
Oh, okay.
everything gets shut off. So there's no extra time for you to even throw something in. I could throw some sneaky stuff in if I really wanted to. Or the day they want to let me go, I'm just gonna be like,
dude, bring me. I'm a fart knocker, dude. Tengo pedos preparados.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but yeah. Other than that, dude, like it's been a ride. We started at the small stadium, the soccer stadium where the Galaxy plays, and then now we're at SoFi. So it's been insane.
Dude.
It's a trip, bro.
Man, so you got a lot of things going on. And speaking of soccer, tell me about LA.
Oh, you mean? Are you talking about Messi's DJ right here, Louis G?
Damn.
All right, yeah. Okay, let me tell you. So last night I DJ'd for LAFC in Inter Miami.
What's up?
You know, just for Kendall Jenner, you know, I mean, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Kelly Uchis, Don Toliver, you know what I mean, Becky G, J.O.P. for Salehida, you know what I mean?
Damn.
No worries. Lionel Richie was there, you know what I mean? Just hanging out, no biggie. Matt Stafford, no Nakua.
That's
No, just
right.
a bunch of, just a bunch of famous people there. I was DJing for them, and then Lionel Messi obviously played, and DJ for him, obviously, so.
All right, out of
Yeah.
everybody there, who were you like super excited for?
Steph Curry. It was
Really?
random to see Steph Curry there. Hell
Dude,
yeah. That was weird, like in a
all
soccer
right,
game. You're just
I
like,
feel.
what the Steph Curry, bro.
Do you do this? Because I feel like I would do this if I ever met like, oh my god, if I ever met Michael Jordan, I'd be like Michael Jordan. Like it would just be a stupid fucking like, and he's like, what you, girl? I'd be like, I don't know how to play. You know what I mean? Like growing up, like we got a basketball court, and like my brother, I would ball him up too. But just kidding, he would ball me up, but I would be like, that's what they do. I don't play.
Nah,
Clearly.
I don't know. The one thing, we've been around celebrities a lot, so the one thing I can tell people, like artists are cool. They come in,
Like,
they want to
you mean music artists? Like,
yeah, like music
rappers.
artists are cool, especially in radio. They come in with like obviously they want to promote the album, so you see their good side of it, right? Like, yeah, their exciting side and their fun side. And it's cool. We've had some people who came and just kind of just like lay or lagged it, or just not with the best attitude, or didn't really understand who they were getting interviewed by, being Big Boy, one of the LA legends, you know what I mean? And just kind of not really talking and just being a little weird, right? Anyways, but stuff like that you can get, I kind of not got used to, but I don't really go crazy unless it's like Jennifer Lopez or something crazy, right? Or Mariah Carey, like Mariah Carey, Jennifer Lopez, like, or Rihanna, I'll fan out, right? But it's
what would you do?
Dude, I don't know. I saw Rihanna one time early in her
You
career.
did,
when she
huh?
went up, yeah, I was like, oh my god.
That girl's gorgeous.
Oh yeah, she was
like
smoking.
flawless gorgeous. Is her skin literally like that silky soft,
yeah.
like you could eat
Oh,
it
yeah.
like a cake? No, mousse.
Yeah,
Is it?
it is. You know who else was like that?
Who?
Katy Perry.
Really?
Yeah, she came in one time.
I
I was literally just like
she
this.
has acne. She has
Oh
acne?
no, when she came in, she was just
Fuck,
these
she's
crazy colored eyes, and you're just sitting there like, whoa.
mesmerized.
Oh yeah,
You were like, can I hug you?
it was insane.
And then did you go like this?
Yeah.
It'd be, even I would be like, ugh.
I did that with Fergie one time. I got so close and I was like,
You did?
yeah, hell yeah. I did. The funniest thing was, who was it? Karuchi came in one time, and she was doing her makeup, and I was like, oh, let's do a video real quick of you, doing your makeup and blah blah blah, or you're putting some on me. So the camera's here, and Karuchi's here, and she's putting this stuff on. I was like, oh, put it on me.
Oh my god.
And I was like, all right. And then I was like, all right, ready, turn. And then we did one of these, and I was like this close to kissing her. And I was like, oh! I could have totally done it, but I was like, that would have been so weird. She laughed about it, but I was like, this close.
Dude.
We both were like this at the same time, and we were just like,
okay, can I say something? Like, so growing up, I've always wanted to be an actress, and it was because I wanted to make out with guys.
hell yeah.
That's literally the reason. I was like, I'm gonna be like Topanga.
Oh, hilarious.
From Boy Meets
So
World.
you can make out with guys.
Yes.
Yeah, you see, I found out, like I said, I don't find out like on artists, but I found out on like actors and like athletes. Like I trip out when an actor walks in or something. I just go, I'm like, that's why
You're
I'm like,
starstruck?
yeah, because I watch a lot of movies and a lot of television, so that's where I'm like starstruck.
Who's your favorite actor?
Man, there's a lot of them.
Rest in peace,
Robert Downey Jr. is
by
probably
the
one
way.
of them.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Have you ever met him?
Yeah.
You did?
I've have the most random story with Robert Downey Jr. We were at it was like the first Iron Man world premiere at the Chinese theater, right? Everybody was there, but I remember getting there early because what ended up happening, like normally when you go to these premieres, they like obviously let all the fans in first, or people who had like tickets or won tickets or was in the audience.
I've never attended, so I wouldn't.
And they let them all in, right? So I remember I got an extra early. I remember that, and for whatever reason, like everything got full, and they were just like calling it out, like that's it, time's up, everybody to the seats, everybody to their seats. And I just remember it. I was in the restroom, and I was like, damn, I gotta go to the restroom. And then it got super quiet, dude. It got super quiet, and then I remember I just hear some footsteps walk in, and then I look to my right, and the person two stalls down was Robert Downey Jr. And I'm like,
Dude! I'm sorry, but even
I'm
if
like,
I
bro, I'm
was a
taking a
guy,
leave with Robert Downey Jr., bro. Iron Man is like right there.
you saw his
I was
Iron Man?
I was like, dude, that was crazy. Hell yeah, I was like, hell yeah.
Listen, if
After
I was
that,
in there, I would be like,
yeah.
take a peek, you know what I mean? Like, might as well.
Hey, brother, can I see your pecker real quick?
Yeah, since we're close. I'm just kidding. That'd be weird.
Downey Jr.?
Might as well.
Yeah.
I feel like, he's a celebrity. Okay, so one time I went to a Bulls game,
Yeah.
and it was Bulls and Clippers, with the homie Brad. And I went to the restroom, and we had like these VIP kind of area, so the restroom's a little different than regular people.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like my first cool experience. So I'm in the restroom, and I see this super cute girl, like just dressed like nice, but it was blue. And I was like, oh, you look really cute, but the colors are wrong. You should be wearing red. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm performing for halftime. And I was like, oh, you're a cheerleader. And she got so offended because she was a singer. Yeah, and I was like, I don't know who you are.
Damn.
And then I didn't even know until halftime came. They said her name, and I still don't remember. But I felt bad. She's like, I don't know. We'll look into it some other time because I don't remember.
You don't remember her at all?
I can't remember her name right now. Super pretty girl. She sings like I think a remake of, what was Nina Sky? Remember that one song?
Move Your Body?
Something like that. I don't know. I can't remember right now. Point being is I wasn't like starstruck, but it was like an embarrassing restroom story,
sucks.
and I had just taken a dump.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So the restroom was stanky, and she was all looking at me like, you're like a regular. You know how bitches be. So anyways, moving along. So LAFC, you were saying, can't remember.
How I worked with, how I got the gig with I DJ for LAFC.
Oh, last night, yeah.
Yeah, but I DJ for them like a couple games out of the season. We have a rotation of DJs that do that, but yeah, ever since LAFC came over, I became a fan when they had Carlos Vela as their first designated player. So ever since that happened, I just got on board. I met some of the guys from LAFC.
Yeah.
Some guy named Rich who was in charge of like really pumping everybody up. Started the 3252 and then this.
What's this 3252?
3252 is their like booster club. They have 3,252 fans that are like diehards in one section called the 3252 section.
Oh, kind of like the Raiders have the black hole?
Yeah, but this is like the ultimate, just one full end zone section.
Oh, okay.
Of just like fucking seats that aren't even seats, they're all standing room kind of things.
Oh, wow.
But it's freaking crazy. But yeah, ever since that happened, like I said, I met management and stuff like that, and they were just kind of like, let's be you DJ, so let's get you to be a part of LAFC some way somehow. That's it. Started DJing.
Dude, and so last night you did.
Last night DJ for Lionel Messi.
Damn.
That's right.
That's super cool.
That is super dope. And Kendall Jenner, that was the other biggest name. I swear to God, I think
she
it was.
Looks like she has super soft.
Yeah, I think it was Kendall or Steph Curry who,
like
when I was leaving, they had like police escorts.
Dang.
Like it was like motorcade, just
presidential
cops.
Status.
Hell yeah, fucking.
Dude.
Yeah, Suburbans or Escalades, obviously with police lights. Like it was like,
dang. I mean, Steph Curry is like.
Yeah.
Like.
I honestly think it was Kendall, but it could have been Steph too.
That's funny. Well, Kendall's hot.
Yeah.
I mean, anyways, we won't get into that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about. Sorry, ignore. It's the only man I have. All right.
What's going on here, bro?
My mom's like so annoyed that I have this thing. She goes, "Ya tira esa cosa que van a decir la gente de ti." And I'm like, Mom, you should hear half the things I say when I go on stage. Like, no me importa. She would always be like, ¿Qué va a decir la familia en Guatemala?
Wow.
And I'm like, they're over there. They ain't got no internet. The hell, they're not gonna see
They ain't got,
wow. They're not gonna see none of this. And
first of all, you can pay with pesos in high school, and now they're not no internet in Guatemala. Those are her.
They live in a shed. No, I'm kidding. So bad. But speaking of the elderly, we both here live with some crazy roommates, man.
What?
Yeah.
Craziest roommates.
Craziest. They're wild. After 10, they're making noise during the work week.
Mm-hmm.
It's just nuts, man.
Yeah,
and we share that in common. And these roommates are called our parents.
Those are our parents, bro. It's
Listen,
I can't like
I'm property management in this house.
Yeah. They live with me now.
Dang.
I don't live with them anymore. But living with parents has been my whole life.
Clearly.
Why?
Since
Why not, bro?
Came out.
Why wouldn't you want somebody to cook every day? Why wouldn't you want there to help you out? You know what I mean? Help you clean the backyard every so often with your dad or like.
Listen.
Your mom, ¿quieres que te lave esto? Oh, please. No, no lo hagas. Okay, si quieres hazlo.
Si quieres.
Si quieres hazlo.
I'll be like, my mom's always like, when I come home from work, she's like, ahí te dejé tu plato. And I'm like, thanks, Mom. Like, I don't ask for this, you know what I mean? But who's going to say no? Like, she cooks bomb. By the way, we have enchiladas. My mom makes them. She wants them after. She literally makes them. Yeah. Anyways, and then we have maintenance in the house, which is my dad. Right, so I'm property management. I am. Dude, the other day my freaking shower started, like, just water started coming, like, on the side. And it went like this, and I'm like, oh, shit. Dude, the water had been leaking.
For a while?
And then it went through the other side, right where we have the waters, dude. And it's just all messed up. So my dad's all mad, and I'm like, he has to go beat Tim the Tool Man, you know. Fidel the Tool Man is what his name is. And dude, so he had to fix that. So he's the maintenance man of the house.
Yeah.
My mom's the cook and the cleaner. You know, what housekeeping.
Housekeeping, please.
She's gonna be so mad when she sees it. She's gonna be like, mira celota como hablas de mí enfrente de toda la gente.
Yeah.
That's what she acts.
I made this comment one time when we were on, like when we're people, like, you know, like even on the show, everyone knows, like, oh, Louis still lives with his parents, I get it, yeah. They live with me now. But still, oh yeah, we still live together. Okay, that's it. But the funniest thing sometimes is like everyone talks about it, and like a lot of people live with their parents, bro. Like people in the room, I was like, wait, don't you live with your parents? Yeah, I do. I'm like, okay, don't you? Oh yeah, I do too. Like, yes, a lot of people live with their parents still, especially I think Latino culture. It's just kind of one of those things where like it's tough to get away.
Yeah.
And then I know you want to say, oh, everything's expensive, everything's that, but it is. And then it's tough to get away.
Yeah. Listen,
both factors just play a part.
Yeah, I'm starting to just tell guys that my parents are older and a little sick, so I'm taking care of them.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Wow.
Just kidding. No, but I just say that I'm the owner of the house.
Oh, okay.
And they live with me.
Oh, okay.
That's what I say now. So that, you know what I mean? Because I get judged.
Oh, yeah.
Some guys are like, so can I come over? And I'm like, you're not my boyfriend.
Yeah.
You're not coming over. This guy's jealous.
When you ever get a boyfriend or a husband,
Thank you, Louis.
And you move out, would you move out with his parents?
No, because my parents are cool.
Yeah. Like
my parents, whoever is blessed to have this, and have cooking and cleaning and maintenance and yard work, all that. Like I'm a great package. I come with all this. You know what I mean? Like, I have the greatest parents ever. They're cool, they're fun, they're funny, they're silly. You know, they travel. Like, they actually like each other.
Yeah.
Where a lot of parents you know, you don't see that, and it's just fighting and fighting and fighting. So I feel like it would be a perk for them to, like, you know what I mean? I don't know how their parents are. Like, what if they're, super religious and, you know, I believe in God, y yo soy niña de Dios. Pero... Shh, we're going to edit that. No, I've converted to a lady now. Okay, speaking of
ladies. Wait, you were a man before?
Yes. I transitioned into a lady.
Lady boy?
You know what I mean? You know, sometimes, I know we're on live, but sometimes this one guy told me, because it's fat down there, and he's like, well, I don't know if you had it tucked back, and I was like, I've never once had a guy tell me this. And I was like, get your hands there and find out.
I don't see it.
I know.
Oh, maybe a little bit.
Okay, okay, so you know how I have my scar right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I had half my thyroid removed. I was gonna die. It was scary.
Yeah.
And I was like, can't do that no more. No. For 2 weeks, you couldn't do anything.
Oh,
so I had gone on a date like 3 months after healing, it was more profound, like very, very red. And I was on the date with this guy, and he's like, oh, what happened right there? And I said, well, I used to be a man. And he flipped, bro. He was literally like, oh. He was like, well, you look pretty good for a man. I was like, I ain't no man, like, you stupid.
Wow.
This dating world is a whole other level, but.
Yeah, what is it? What is it with dating nowadays? I hear a lot of people have issues. The craziest thing to me is like, we talk about this all the time, right? Like, it's like,
is that a common conversation on Big Boy?
We talk about this all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
give me tips. What's up?
But it's always like, dating so difficult. It's not the same. There's so many apps. Everybody's out. I'm like, bro, this is the easiest time to date right now.
Well, everybody's
this is the easiest time to meet as many people as possible. You can practically, as a girl right now, you could practically line up a date every single night if you really wanted to.
I've done that.
You couldn't do that a couple of years, like 10, 15 years ago. There's no way. It was harder to date
You get caught up now, though. You get caught up now.
Not if you're straight up with them, like, yo, we're just dating, let's go. A girl can literally set up a date every single night.
I did that
with so many apps and everything if they really want to.
I had 7 different dates.
You could go to dinner and get dinner paid for you.
Yeah, that's
every single night if you really wanted to. You couldn't have done that back then. You'd have to go out, meet somebody, then talk to them, then reach out, and you know, like, no, it's the easiest time to date right now.
Yeah,
I would be getting ham if I was in a relationship right now. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, how do you not? If you're not finding love, at least find someone to smash tonight. Like, bro, what's going on?
I know.
It's easy. It's so easy.
You know what I did? I went on a date, literally. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do what these men do. And I set up a date with 7 different dudes. The first dude, I didn't let hug me, touch my hand, nothing. The second dude, same thing. I think I shook his hand. The third dude, I was like, the attraction just started getting better. By the dates were coming.
Or you started getting more desperate.
Yeah. Well, date 7. I want something. And this is how we led to this man right here. Just throw a thingy right on him. Por eso estaba sin flowers, pobre. No, for real. That's why, actually, I saw this online today. I don't date skinny guys for a reason, okay? Listen, the skinniest guy was like, I like a woman with your body physique. And I said, well, I'll try you, okay? He told me to get on top of me. And I was like, all right. So I did. And this fool was like a ragdoll the whole time when I was going wild. Yeah, dude. The whole time. He was turning blue, you know, losing oxygen. No, I'm kidding, dude. But in my head, I was like, please, I don't want to break a bone. I don't want to break his back. I can't imagine. Nothing. Can you imagine taking this guy to the ER? How do you, what's your relationship to this man? I just met him, you know what I mean? How did this happen? I was on top. Like, that would be embarrassing, dude. These are the things I think about, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh.
This is wild. But yeah, dating's nuts, man. But I'm single, ready to mingle.
So easy, dude.
Yeah, she is, no.
No,
I'm a lady now. You don't remember the lady party I had for my 30th? You were the DJ.
Yeah.
It was lit. Everybody had to wear white. I had a bartender. I had appetizers. That thing went on till like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, that was cool.
And, you know, it was me trying to convert into a lady.
Lady.
And here we are later.
Yep.
Not a lady, you know, but trying and grinding. And guys, give it up to Louis G.
Don't forget my name.
Like I would ever forget your name. I would say your government name, but I won't. One of these days I'm gonna bring up. Hey, I'm gonna bring. Yeah, dude, it's like 5 different names, and I was like, bro, you are Mexican.
Yes.
Like Cuauhtemoc.
Part of it.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Sabino's one of my names.
So, oh, by the way, we had this on Sunday. So his sister is also named Stephanie, and that's my name, right? And so now we're gonna do this new thing. We're gonna be called the Stephanies.
Oh.
So anytime we introduce ourselves, we're gonna just go up to like guys and be like,
Hey.
"Hi, we're the Stephanies," and just
Hilarious.
like throw people off. We look nothing alike, by the way. So it's just so
We're the
funny.
Stephanies.
Everybody knows about us.
It's pretty clever.
Yeah. But again, I wanted to thank my very first, very special homie right here, dude, Luigi.
Won't be the last time, Steph. I think we do it again.
Remember, he said that.
I don't really do any podcasts, to be honest with you.
I know, and that's why I really appreciate you doing this for me, because this is my first one. Not gonna be the last. There's gonna be much more. You'll hear a lot more from me. You'll hear a lot more from him.
Yep.
This guy's just growing and growing and growing in the industry, and I'm so proud of you, dude. I don't think I've ever told you that.
I'm proud of you too, dude. Your career with comedy and everything. Taking a leap of faith. I'm trying to, I'm just doing everything and anything I think is amazing. So, and then I've seen you, like I said, I've heard some comics mention your name, or if I mention your name, they're like, oh, I know about her. Like, so I see you kind of like, you know what I mean? You're doing your rounds when it comes to comedy. I know how hard it is because of so many comics that we talk to, and the hustle and the dirtiness of it, and the, you know what I mean? I know it's cheap too. It's crazy, ridiculous. When we found out how much some comedians make, I was just like, wait, what's happening here?
I told him one time I got paid $40, and he was like, $40?
$40.
And I was like, sometimes I've not even been paid.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? Hence why I had to get a job.
Could have cost your Uber cost to get home.
Bro, like, not even. That's a Costa Mesa, and that's including shit.
Jesus.
So I ain't gonna come back home. You know what I mean?
But no, like I said, I'm very proud of what you're doing, dude. I think it's amazing. Continue, like, even if, like, people out there, like, I think it's inspiration, too, like, even if you try and it doesn't work out, then at least you tried it.
Yeah.
It's fun. That's something that a lot of people don't do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just never know where it can take you, like, comedy can take you here, or, you never know, you could maybe be more interested in behind the scenes, and be the producer, and maybe, start booking, and do the booking side of it, and stuff like that, so... But it's definitely good to always have something to look forward to, obviously.
Yeah.
To continue just living, because, man, there's some people out there that are miserable.
Yeah.
Don't take a leap of faith, don't do what they want to do, so.
You know what's wild is, had I not become sober from alcohol,
yeah,
I would not be where I'm at.
Really?
I would not be where I'm at.
That's a tough battle, dude.
It was a demon that I was fighting within myself, big time. It's pretty dark. A lot of people don't know that side of me, because everyone always sees me as a happy-go-lucky, like just fun, chill, like good time person. But I was dealing with a lot of stuff, and thanks to God, like He saved me, and I'm Cali sober, so like all I do is the herb, you know what I mean? I'm all about peace and love, but I've been able to focus. Like now I like reading.
How long have you been sober for?
So this July will be 4 years.
Wow.
4, bro.
Like, that's a lot.
I've been drinking since I was 18 to, for a long time.
The thing about that too, it's like we live in a lifestyle. Well, now you're gonna get even more exposed to it, which is crazy. But we live like our job as an industry is to be out and about. And you see these comics nowadays too, like you see these comics, they're just plastered all the time.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't know. Maybe it works for them. It works for them right now, but like sometimes I'm like, damn, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Maybe just because I'm a little bit older and I see these young cats, coming up and getting some like quick stardom.
Yeah.
And seeing how fast they're reaching their goals and stuff. I'm like, damn, yeah.
They're going hard on the party life, man.
I'm not saying don't drink, but like I drink. I'm not saying I don't drink. Like I love it's social to me. Like I like it. I think I enjoy it. Like I enjoy it with friends. Like I don't know, I just like company and drinking, right? So it's cool to me. But like sometimes there's days where I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like for
I can't imagine now. My first year was hard.
Yeah.
And then I tell myself, I put myself in these environments, I see how everybody acts, and I'm
that's probably
consistently reminded.
That's probably the toughest part.
But it reminds me why I don't do it anymore. And the smell grosses me out now.
Really?
Now I can't date a guy who's a drunk, and yet back then guys wouldn't date me because I was a drunk. And so now I see their perspective. Like I pushed a lot of good guys away because of my, being a drunk ass.
Damn.
Like I chose partying For sure, like 100%. My mom always say, tú, cuando dicen tus amigas que vamos a salir rápido.
Oh, yeah.
Pero si te pido que me hagas un favor,
Uh-huh.
you know, like they would always throw these things to your face. But yeah, man, I'm just so grateful that I left that life. I'm able to focus. I'm able to pursue my dreams. You know, having a friend like you and seeing you just grow, literally, from 7th grade, guys. I've known this guy.
I haven't got taller. She's, I mean, like, literally grow.
In the industry.
Yeah.
Sorry, you get it, that too. You know, but no, seeing you grow in the industry, like, dude, it's just so amazing. It's so inspiring. Thanks. So I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for being my first guest. It's really special and dear to me. Yeah. And I appreciate it. Guys, make sure you tune into Big Boys Neighborhood. 2-3, baby. Heck yeah, man. Yes. And we out. I'll let you guys know when my next one is. I appreciate it. Yep. Thanks for tuning into 70s Comedy Podcast. Peace out. Are you doing Venmo or Zelle? Oh, I was thinking I'd pay you in food and like some Modelo's. Okay, that'll work. Yeah. Dude, no lie, I kind of have to fart. Okay, maybe we should turn that off first. Oh yeah, okay. Before you fart. Bye guys. Yeah. I'll walk out. That's funny. That's so funny. Alright, man. You gotta do it? Yeah. This is cool. I didn't even know. You like doing podcasts? Honestly, okay, so, like, backstory here. You want to eat, by the way? My mom literally made enchiladas. No, but I will take, like, 2 to go. Yeah. So when I get back home. I know, sorry, it took forever. No, that was perfect. It was a good time. Yesterday, I had to work all day. They had me in there at fucking 3. Uh-huh. And, I took a shit before we did this. Oh, nice. I know myself. No, I, like, I'm not excited, but pretty much. It's the anxiety shit. Oh, really? It happens all the time. Especially before a comedy show. Wait, did you only complete it? Because you were talking about. Yeah, what is it saying? You will not be able to reconnect. You're still on! No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Look, I stopped recording, I stopped streaming. Oh, okay. Hold on. Someone's calling you. Hello? So you're on. Am I still live? Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, I came by. How do you stop this? It says stop streaming. No, you gotta press yes. Press yes right here. Oh my